Here, final preparations for the challenge ahead, hoping to come out of the gates strong. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Thanks very much. Now, Commissioner Adam Silver is continuing to push for the creation of an in-season tournament. He says the notion is to steal a page from European soccer. It's not the Larry O'Brien Trophy, but something secondary that teams care about. Something you'd see players go into that extra gear for. Kevin, back to you.
That's pretty intriguing, DA. That's an interesting story, and we thank you for giving it to us. We know some teams are stuck in this cycle of we think this is the year, we think we may finally get over the hump, and then the disappointment when it's not.
And Kevin, here is the reality. Winning championships in the NBA is extremely difficult. You can, as a front office, put a roster together on paper and think, okay, we have enough talent to win the championship, and for whatever reason, the pieces don't mesh. And the other part of this, Kevin, is sometimes luck goes into winning. A poorly timed injury, a guy who asks out that totally came out of the blue. There are so many things that go into winning in this league.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Avdia in at the small forward with Kuzma at power forward. Morris and Beal are the guards. And it's Porzingis in at the center filling out the middle. And for the Mavericks, at forward they've got Hardaway Jr. and Finney Smith. The backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. And it's Powell in at the pivot spot manning the middle.
And staying healthy for Porzingis has been a challenge over his career. Not uncommon for players standing well above 7 feet.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And in New York, even before his injuries, the front office voiced concerns about Porzingis' ability to stay healthy.
Well, the track record for players 7-2 and up, not great. In today's game, demands more movement from big men than ever before.
Now, here is Morris. Tim Hardaway unable to get his last shot to go. Kuzma passes to Porzingis. Porzingis with a screen on Doncic. Back to Porzingis. 5 on the clock. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. First quarter of play. 1 minute played.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Kuzma with the screen for Morris. Shot clock at 6. And it's Beal in the corner. No good from outside. Now the Mavericks with it. Wizards beat them last time when these two teams met in Washington.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Greg, you have to love the impact that Tim Hardaway Jr. has had on the defensive end.
He's got a great wingspan to bother shooters and contain penetration. Always aware of where the ball is on the floor. You could call it an underrated defender. Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Hardaway. 2022, Greg, a year for the Washington Wizards with some historic significance.
And it marks 25 years of the Washington Wizards name being on an NBA jersey. A cool moment for the current players who can look back on this franchise and know they're a part of history.
Hardaway hits them both.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
Now here's Beal. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Pass to Powell. Back to Doncic. And they double up Doncic. Shoots. And Finney-Smith gets it to go. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs, it's all about finding the right fit for the role players.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you can see them look a lot like the Harden era Rockets.
So it's the Wizards now. The Mavericks making the shot. The shot's good from Kuzma.
That is Kyle Kuzma asserting himself against quality defense. Nice finish.
Doncic with it. His numbers are borderline ridiculous in the best way possible at the moment. He's averaging nearly 33 points a game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And it's Porzingis that time on the assist from Beal. Porzingis has got 5.
Boy, what a display of toughness from Kristaps Porzingis. He's a rock down low.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. For Washington, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Kuzma can't get it to go. Lobbed up there for Powell.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. And it's blocked.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Here's Kispert, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. And we reach the end of the first quarter. It's Dallas. They're up by 4. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Wizards trail by 4. So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. They've got Kispert. Will Barton is out there with Wright. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And it's Hachimura in at the power forward position. Barton against Green. Just 5 to shoot. And in the last decade, defenses switching on screens has increased dramatically. Is this the new normal, you think?
Kevin, I think so. I think teams that switch well tend to defend well. Because switching can create mismatches, but it's harder to punish those now with all the help defense.
Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game, and boy, it is on display right now.
Now here's Wright. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Hachimura finds Wright, and finished off by Wright.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Offensive rebound, and it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Luka Doncic. 1:43 left in the first half. The Mavericks, GA, have been trying to tighten up their defense the past few seasons, and it's beginning to show.
And we're seeing signs that the players are getting the message, and they're spending more energy at that end of the floor, and that's essential for any elite team.
Now here is Hachimura. Passes it to Gafford. Baseline J on the way. It's hauled in by Wood. Mavericks leading by 5. Doncic kicks to Bullock. Pass to Wood. To the inside. Then he goes big with the dunk right over Rui Hachimura.
And not easy getting Wood off his spot, even with contact. Still able to stay focused and balanced.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. So timeout called here, the first for the Wizards. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, tough environment. They were right there, but just missed some key shots.
You know what? Playing on the road is always challenging. It requires a level of energy and focus. You've got to match what the home team gives you, and they didn't do it.
He's checked in for JaVale McGee. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Reggie Bullock. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Green. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Luka Doncic. Morris passes to Kuzma. Kuzma with a screen on Hardaway. To the paint, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
This is the area of greatest improvement in Mr. Bradley Beal's game. How about the growth in his passing? Wow.
And there's the pass to Finney-Smith. Wood a screen on Beal. Finney-Smith kicks to Wood. 6 on the shot clock. They get it again. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Wood with the screen for Dinwiddie. To the inside. Pass to Finney-Smith. From deep. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Washington ball. Come on the floor for your Mavericks.
12 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And here is Beal. The 3. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Mavericks lead by 5. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason, a hard-fought first half. How do you assess the game so far?
We're going to need everybody. And the one thing we got to do is we can't settle. We got to keep attacking and get the ball in the paint.
Use that length to your advantage. Thanks, Jason. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Hello, folks. A lot to catch up on around the league. Let's take a look at games that have already gone final. For Orlando, it was a win against the Celtics in Boston. That gives them 6 straight victories.
You know it might come down to which team made the big shots at the end.
And moving forward, a lot to like about that first half for the Dallas Mavericks.
You look at their stats. They're shooting it well. Love the ball movement. They're getting guys open and taking the right shots.
Some smart basketball from them in the first half. A joy to watch here in the studio. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
The backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. At forward, they've got Hardaway Jr. and Finney Smith. And it's Powell in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
Well, the Washington Wizards trying to get their organization on track. I think bringing in Wes Unseld to lead that coaching staff is critical. Maintaining your tie to Bradley Beal is equally important. But boy, guys, it has been a while since they've had real success. Their last finals trip, 1979.
He's off on the second. And Doris, what do you think the Wizards need to make a deeper run at the playoffs?
Well, ambition is certainly a good place to start, but you have got to understand this is a process. And I think the change in management, the change in head coaching position, and the acquisition of someone like Kyle Kuzma, who's a multi-positional wing player, that's important. Still a lot of questions for this organization.
And he makes the first.
Boy, what a season 2022 was for the Dallas Mavericks, making it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. Obviously, the huge upset over the Suns turned that season into what was a dream run early in Luka Doncic's career.
And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. And with the Mavs, a trip, Doris, to the conference finals puts them ahead of schedule, many people think.
Yes, Kevin, but I don't think you can let that momentum you built last year fade in any way. You've got to keep your foot on the gas pedal. We know how fragile success in the NBA is. You've got a top 5 player on your roster. You have to make sure you're taking advantage of opportunities.
Here's Doncic after the made shot from Bradley Beal. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Dinwiddie. Doncic has got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs. Second half rolling along now. About a minute play here. Morris with a screen on Dinwiddie. Beal with it. He's picked up by Doncic. The shot by Beal, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. And Finney Smith gets it to go.
Now, Dorian Finney-Smith increasingly efficient offensively. Good feel for when to rise and fire.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Beal kicks to Porzingis. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Wizards ownership has promised to never hit the hard reset button we saw from teams in recent years like the Sixers. But the fact remains that this is a franchise that last enjoyed a 50-win season in 1979. So for the patient, die-hard fans in the DMV, seems the wait for a true contender may take a lot longer. Kevin?
Well, time will tell, David. Thanks. GA, he's asked to carry a big-time scoring, but Bradley Beal makes his teammates better as well.
And that's an area, Kevin, he has really grown. And his playmaking, when the defense overcommits, you make them pay with the pass.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, over the last couple seasons, it feels like the Washington Wizards roster is in constant flux. I mean, from role players to all-stars, guys coming in and out.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Wood, he's checked in for Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Hardaway.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. Inside, here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
Authoritative finish by Luka Doncic above the rim.
Beal taking his time here. Here's Gafford, and Gafford throws it down.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
Doncic outside. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. He's touched by Doncic.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Green, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Martin's checked in for the Wizards. 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. Passes it to Hachimura. Back to Wright. And the dunk by Wright.
Well, you can see the eagerness to contribute from Rui Hachimura. Finds the open man, willing to facilitate.
Pass to Kleber. He kicks it to Doncic. Offensive rebound, and they get it back. And so it's Dallas with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll return shortly. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. Kuzma will step in at the 4. Porzingis at center. Morris is out there with Will Barton. And it's Avdia into the small forward position. Morris outside. To the middle. Got a piece of it. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Just fundamental basketball from Kristaps Porzingis. Establish yourself inside and finish with the jam.
There's the pick. On the wing, Doncic. Covered by Morris. And it's Doncic missing. Wizards trail by 4. Kuzma finds Morris. Down low. Here's Porzingis. The shot's good on the assist by Morris. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, this is what you want to see. It's 7-3. Kristaps Porzingis finished through contact.
Doncic outside. To the middle. Here's Wood. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the three ball keeps falling, and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And you can see Wood wants the chance to go to the line, especially when things are getting tight.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for JaVale McGee. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Reggie Bullock. And a change for the Wizards. Beal's checked in for Will Barton. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, this game has the feel that it could come down to the wire. So that is just the kind of success they need to have at the foul line.
Dinwiddie against Beal. Banked in off the glass.
Now there is a relentlessness to Bradley Beal, and he does a nice job on the interior to get a contested shot down.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And a close game like this, you've got to dig deep and just find a way to make things happen.
Here's Finney Smith. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Shot clock at 5. The wide open look here for Wood. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Beal. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
Bradley Beal is one of the most difficult individuals to guard in the league. No surprise he comes up with the drawn foul there.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Now, this is exactly the guy you want there to close out the game. Pressure time at the foul line. Bradley Beal steps up.
And both free throws good for Beal.
He is absolutely the guy you want at the line in that situation. It just shows you how much he loves these moments.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're up by 3. 1:10 left in the 4th quarter.
Here's the move. It's your defense crew.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to listen in on what Jason Kidd was talking about with his players. With this game still up for grabs, he told his team, hey, we're in position to take this one, guys. Let's stay focused and stay together, and we'll get it done. We'll see how it plays out, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. .110 left to play in the final quarter. Now, Doncic. Here's the pass to Wood. Another three for Dallas.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Here we go. Time for rotation.
50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Beal. Porzingis with a screen on Dinwiddie. Beal finds Porzingis. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Wow, Porzingis, no hesitation in the balance of the game. He delivers.
Basket here, and this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
Now at the line for your Mavericks, Spencer Dinwiddie. 2 shots.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're down by 5. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
All right, let's hear it one more time for your favorite team, your D-Town Crew.
29 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Porzingis with a screen on Dinwiddie. The shot by Beal, no good. And that's an intentional foul.
Monte Morris. First personal foul, 3rd team foul. At the line for Dallas, Luka Doncic, taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
What you love about Luka Doncic is he's this unique combination of size and skill. He can really play cross-positionally. He makes shots at all 3 levels. So dangerous.
So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, you want to continue to build the lead, so a very productive trip to the line right there.
Buries it from outside.
Huge shot from Kyle Kuzma. The sky is never shy.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're up by 4. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Green, and now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Now at the line for your Mavericks, John Green. At the line for 2.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's good, going 1 or 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. So it's Washington now. Kuzma outside. That one a little long. And an intentional foul right there.
Kyle Kuzma, second personal foul. 15 foul. At the line for Dallas, Luka Doncic. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. 5 seconds left in the fourth. Porzingis way outside. And so it's Dallas winning this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, it's just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks, Kevin. Luka, you played well and you got the win. So what made the difference?
Yeah, I think we had a great game. You know, I think it was a great game today. You know, we step up together, play good defense, and it was a great win.
Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. As we leave you with our New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.